Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for watching. This is May 1st to 15th, I believe. Excuse me. Mean read Bonefire Tarot this time. And the supportive cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. This all goes together. Is there anything down here? No. No? Well. Okay. Alright. What's going on here? There's some judgment. I do feel like it's in your favor. Time is on your side. Time for things to work out a certain way. Things being held to the side, things waiting to come to fruition. Now, your overall energy is the Judgment card, and I haven't picked them up yet because I'm noticing like how they're laid, and I think they're laid a certain way for a reason here. You have Judgment, you have the Chariot kind of touching that, and pushing into the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands touching the Judgment here, if I can pick them up that way. The three of these seem to be like a trio, like they're working together here, like this. Which makes me feel like you are making things go forward. You're sending the word. You're sending word that, you know what, I need this to work out. It's time. I'm not waiting anymore. And that's the middle of the reading. So I feel like we're starting with like that's the middle of the reading, but this is what's setting the stage for the whole situation for this reading. You have something going on, if this resonates for you naturally, where even as you come into this, you feel like you're waiting for things to shake out in your direction. And at least halfway through, or at some point, it might be more near the beginning of this time frame, you're just like, you know what? This is taking forever, and I'm sick of waiting. It's time. Like, I feel like it's been drawing closer and closer, and in your opinion, the time is now. You feel like the buzzer's gone off, the egg timer is dinged, it's time to do it. For the foundation of the beginning, like the beginning of this feels like the foundation, in the sense of like, this is where you're coming into this situation with, this is how you're feeling. You're seeing a lot of value here, a lot of good things, a lot of loving thoughts. Like, I feel like you're coming in a sense of like, I have a lot to give here. There's a lot of mutual love. There's nothing to hold back for. There's like, it's time to move forward. There's a lot here we're waiting on. It's time to get going. Which is strange with this one, because I feel like things are in motion with this card. I don't even think it's just like, it's interesting because there's a lot of possessions on like a pool here, but there's no boat under it, but I feel like there should be. I almost feel like that feather is like indicating a boat feeling, like, let's get moving. Got all this stuff going on, we're waiting on all this stuff, let's move it, let's get it forward, let's pull it forward, come on. This card, the Four of Coins, I'm really feeling more... I'm getting like this part of the card is more important than anything else. This part over here, which I know there's pictures on this one too. Well, we'll just see it like that. Hopefully it makes more sense. I don't know if you can see it. All these things. And I feel like I know what this card really... I feel like what you do, you're waiting on these things to come forward, and you're kind of getting like, good Lord, come on, let's go. Let's go. And I feel like there's an impatientness. And then you're looking for ways. And then this is also in the past. You've been planning, like, how should this come? How should I make this happen? What do I need to do? And I feel like there's a little impatience here. And I'm saying that for most of you, it's more in the beginning of this time frame. You're just like, all right, enough is enough. Come on. And you send out word. However you need to get that message across. You feel like you've held your tongue long enough. Let's go. I almost feel like you're telling them, no, you don't speak, I speak, and I'm telling you what we're doing. Like, I feel like that's kind of how it's coming on. Like, nope, this isn't a conversation, I'm just telling you, and this is what we're doing. It's really strong. Like, I feel like there's a lot of angst and aggravation that's built up by this point, and that's why it comes across so strong. I don't feel like you're trying to be rude or pushy. I feel like it's built up. It's built right up, and you're just like, listen, I've been trying to work this out with you, And if I let you have your way, we'll just drag it out another 10 years. I don't think so. This is what we're doing. You don't speak. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what we're doing because I'm not doing this any longer. Like, it's coming across with aggravation. So I apologize if this is a little harsh. It's just how the energy is coming through, and I feel like I need to honor how it's coming through. So I hope that doesn't come across offensively. Because I feel it's really strong. It's like a really aggravated energy. Like, I'm sick of waiting. And I've been trying to work this out with you, and it's not happening. It's just drag it out. Let's drag it out more. Let's drag it out more. Done dragging it out. We're doing it. I'm going to tell you how we're doing it. That's how it's coming across. Okay, so we're going at this in pieces for some reason. Going back to this part where this has been going on for a while. You've been trying to get this to come forward. You've been waiting for it to pull into the future. You're waiting on all these things over here. You're like, all these good things can happen if we just move forward. And you've been trying to think about how it should happen. The other person's had their hand in this. They've been talking it out, but I feel like they've been dragging their feet. And I feel like this creativity, they keep trying to find different ways to do it. They're trying to find something a little bit more comfortable, a little more easy, something they're more on board with. I feel like there's a lot of negotiation back and forth. Like, we could do this or we could do that. And I feel like they're living in the moment in the sense of, like, they like the possibility of where things could go. And they're really, like, living in the possibility part. Like, they're just kind of, there's like a little dreamy feel to it. Like, oh, it could be this, it could be that. We could go this direction, we could go that direction. And they're very much enjoying this process. I feel like they're enjoying you and enjoying being with you. And they're not meaning to drag it out, but they're so into the whole process. Like, they like going through this process with you. And you're like, all right, the process is one thing, but the reason we're going through this process is to get to a destination. Can you get in? Can you get in the car so we can go? Like, all right, that's it. Just get in the car. And that's when you're finally like, all right, just get in the car. I'm driving. We're done. So I don't feel like it's a negative thing. They're just really enjoying the process, really enjoying hashing it out with you. And you're just like, all right, listen, destination, we're going. Get in the car. I'm driving, get in the car. That's kind of how it feels. All right, now, so we got this far. I feel like this is a really good reading, by the way, just so in case it seems a little wonky. So you're sick of waiting. You're pushing things forward. The other side, they're into it. They're very much enjoying the process, I feel. It's about the time together with you. It's about the possibilities. It's very dreamy, like, oh my God, we could do so many things. That type of feel. All of the advice cards are on their side. So I feel like it's just the advice is to let you know where they are so you can handle it or be more at peace with it, I guess. So it isn't as aggravating. We have 3 cards for when you finally send out word. Like, I feel like when the message sends out, when you send out that message, you're just like, you're telling them how it is and how it's going to go. And you have 3 cards on their side. It's going to work out. It's supposed to happen. Confidence and imagination. Excuse me. It really feels like, granted, it's a general read, so don't get caught up in the sign, but it feels very like a Pisces feel to me because it gets very dreamy, a lot of thought, might be a little confidence issue on their side. That can happen to Pisces. It can happen to any side. Let's be fair. But I feel like you're the one pushing things forward, and I feel like they're okay with that. And they needed that nudge or that push. Like, I feel like they wanted you to define how it's going to go. I feel like they wanted that. And it makes it easier for them, the fact that you said, this is what we're doing. We've hashed it out enough. You've told me where you sit. I know where I sit. Now let's stand together and start moving. And this is where we're moving to. Like, I feel like you're just fed up with the whole process. You just feel like it just keeps going around in circles and you're done. And the other side is enjoying the time and enjoying the possibilities. And you're just like, all right, that time is over. We're moving. Moving forward. Time to go. Now they're right on board. This is your end card for this time. This is the 2 of Cups. Whatever you're deciding to do, it's working out. You taking the lead worked. And the other person is very much following your lead. And I got the study card. And I feel like they're just, I almost feel like they're punching the clock on this one. In the sense of, like, you've set certain things. This is when this needs to happen. I need this to be done. You need to do that. I'll do this. And they're keeping up their side, and they're just kind of watching for your lead. They're doing the work. They're holding up their side. I feel like they're just following your lead, though. They want to happen what's happening, but they're depending on you to make those decisions, and then they're carrying out those decisions. Like when you push this forward, you're like, I'm sick of running in circles, let's go. And I've decided how we're going to do this. This is how we're doing it. They're like, okay, and things go forward that way. It goes very well. I feel like the situation comes to fruition because of that mentality. Like the other side, now don't get caught up. It doesn't have to be a Pisces. It could be it could be Gemini. It could be anything. It could be, actually, I've seen Leos go along with things depending on what their supportive sides are. Granted, it's probably not a more common sign to match up with this. But if they're on board and they like how this is going, it could. I don't know why Leo's popping in, because that, in my mind, that's one of the more direct leader energy signs typically. But I'm getting like, I don't know, it popped in, so hopefully that hits for someone. Because I almost feel like some of you are shocked that you're able to take the reins like this and move things forward, and that the other person's just like, okay, and they're going around, okay, let's do that then. I feel like you're a little shocked in some cases, and I think that might be why that's popping forward. Like, wow, I didn't expect you to, okay then, let's keep going. And then you're like, you start to question it, and they're like, you know what, let's not question it, let's just keep going. And you just keep going. Okay. And now, anything else that I want to say here? I think we went through the whole thing. I touched on every card here, so we're good. I like this. This is interesting. It's kind of like Pisces. I just did Pisces reading, and it kind of started off a little rocky in the beginning, had a really good ending. Not a bad situation, just one of those little aggravation going on. Well, Pisces was a whole different story. If you watch that video, you'll see that had a little, that's different. Stepping out of that one, back into yours. I feel like the other side is very conducive. For some reason, they need you to make that decision. For some reason, ball is in your court. And I almost feel like you're kind of a little aggravated with that, but things go a good direction because you take ownership. And the other person's like, yes, then let's do that. You say what needs to be done and when it needs to be done, and they're like, okay, then I'll do that. They're right on board. I feel like the other person is very, very much in agreement. It was just which option to choose. You chose the option, and they're okay with that. They're more than okay with that. I feel like they agree. I feel like you picked the best option for both of you, and they feel very honored and safe and secure that not only are you looking out, like you're not just looking out for yourself, you're looking out for the two of you as a whole, because I feel like this, for most part, this is some type of relationship thing, and you move forward that way. For some of you, if you're starting in this situation single, you're trying to get somebody's attention, and you're like, you know what, we're going to start seeing each other, and that's that. We're going to dinner Tuesday night at 7. Meet me at blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. And they show up, and that's where things start. Just, I don't know why that needs to come out at that point, but just in case you're wondering. Because usually, if something comes through in a relationship sense, I know I get a lot of questions. Could this be for singles? Could this be for a relationship? Yes, is the answer. You just got to add it in based on what you're experiencing. In the beginning, if you're frustrated and you feel like a lot can happen here and you're just waiting for it to happen and you're waiting for someone to for the other person to agree with you, this is probably going to fit for you no matter which situation you're going with, because that's basically what the whole thing's about. You have to make a decision, you have to move it forward, and the other person is right on board with it. That's the whole gist of it. Okay. There's a speedy energy coming in here too. All right, I think that's it. By the way, I do read all the comments. Thank you very much for any comments you leave. I usually read them on my phone. I'm not able to respond to them on my phone. I don't know why. It just takes forever to load, so it's like 10-day wait. So I like to read through them. So thank you very much for everybody who's leaving comments. I very much do appreciate it and do read them. If you would like a reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.